G'day, welcome to an episode of Shit Hotels of Australia. Haven't made one of these for quite a while, but today I'm in Canberra and staying at the Pavilion on Northbourne. Let's go inside and check it out. So the Pavilion does have its own restaurant, the Atrium, aptly named. And I've eaten there 2 nights in my 4-night stay, mainly because I was just too tired and buggered to do anything else. Food's not too bad, relatively well priced. First time I had the Philadelphia cheesesteak sandwich, which I must admit wasn't brilliant. And then last night I had the barbecue pork ribs, which were brilliant. There's also a happy hour up to 6 p.m. as well in the bar. So this is room 310 in Pavilion on Northbourne. A large queen-size, king-size bed maybe, 2 bed-size tables, phone, a lounge, a recliner chair, a combined desk, eating area, storage area, and through here we have a wardrobe with some spare pillows, dining board, and through here we have a little combined outside sort of part bathroom. So we've got the basin and we've got the fridge with a kettle, tea and coffee, and then through here we have the rest of the bathroom with toilet and oval bath shower. I did find the shower is quite sensitive to adjustment, so we'll touch on that more when we do the pirate score, eh? Dispenser, hand wash there, that's fine, but yeah, not a fan of the dispensers in the shower. So we've got a TV, it's a semi-dumb TV. It's got all the free-to-air channels and some Foxtel ones, but none of the other features that you might expect on a smart TV, so a not so smart TV, I guess. So now let's check out the Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi is pretty basic here. So there's no password, it's not a secure Wi-Fi, so if you're concerned about that, get yourself a VPN. I'd get myself one if they sponsored me, because I paid for one twice and it never really worked. So now let's check out what's actually on. So, going to catch up on hard quiz from last night, ABC iView, and if you haven't watched Douglas is Cancelled, it is absolutely brilliant. It takes the piss out of wokeism, and I'm a pretty woke person, but I must admit sometimes it does go a little bit far. So let's just see speed here on my watch list. We've got hard quiz, new episode, and more watch. Seamless, not a problem. So the Pavilion is 3 stops on the light rail up from Alinga Street, which is the central hub down in what used to be called Civic, is now called Canberra City. The new ticketing system is brilliant because you don't actually have to buy a card like you have to do in Sydney or Melbourne. You can just tap on with your credit card. Very easy. In fact, the Canberrans are so honest that you can actually get on without tapping on, because the tap-ons are actually outside the tram. They're at the tram stop, so there's no one to actually possibly tell when you're on the tram whether you're paid or not, unless they physically force you to open up all your credit cards and swipe them through. So, yeah, but everyone seems to pay, so I guess that's how it should be. So now let's look at some upkeep issues. And okay, he's a little bit worn, a little bit run down. Bench top, big issue is it's sticky, and your glass sticks to it after a couple of minutes. What else? Well, we've got some worn carpet here. The basin, quite tired. Got a plug, but it's all cracked. And here in the bathroom, yeah, we've got some water damage to the door. And look, we can actually see the vintage of this hotel because it doesn't even have a dual flush toilet, which in itself is interesting. And nice little warning signs. Please do not use the towel rail for support. I asked it for support and it wouldn't give it to me. So apart from the fact that this is another run-down Canberra hotel, I've stayed in 3 now. I've only reviewed, this is the second I've reviewed. Did a review of the Adina Serviced Apartments very briefly in an On The Road episode. You'll need to watch that. It explains the eye patch, which I've not put on right now. And even the Novotel is a little bit meh. So I don't know whether they actually have upmarket hotels here in Canberra, certainly in the Civic area. And as such, therefore, I wasn't even going to bother reviewing this hotel. But the reason why I did was because of a very interesting thing. So at the moment, Canberra seems to be going through one of those plagues that they have here, the bogong moth plague, the summer gnats plague, the parliamentarians plague, the ever-present public service plague, and this time we've got a plague of beetles. Now, it might be a contributing factor that the Pavilion has that semi-open area under the big top out there that the beetles can get in. But every day we come in and there's more beetles, and the most frightening thing, doesn't freak me out, but it did make me wonder what was that tapping noise when I turned on the light. Well, brace yourself, because if you at all have a phobia of insects, you would not enjoy staying in this room.
It's been a hard day's night.
It's about a 15-minute walk up here to Dixon. There are about 20 restaurants within a block and a half for you to choose from if you don't want to eat at the hotel, including the tackily named Tacky. I was going to get some takeaway from the very aptly named Hello Harry, but on Thursday night, Hello Harry is closed. So it's goodbye, Harry, and let's try and find something else. For all the 20-odd restaurants, I choose the one that's closed. So while I did have a craving for the Hello Harry's buffalo chicken wings, and they were closed, made up for it with my favourite Oporto. Last time I had Oporto, I was also in the Highlands at Mittagong. A little bit higher than the 600 metres here at Canberra, or maybe about the same, I'm not sure, I can't remember. Anyway, tuck into the Oporto. This is brilliant. I wish we had this in Tassie. Sorry. And now it's time for the pirate score.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
And this is the first pirate score I've ever done with an eye patch. So, yeah, as I said, want to find out the history about this, watch the other channel. So, for the pavilion on Northbourne, well, first up, cleanliness and upkeep, and that's a pretty ominous one to have first up. The upkeep, it's tired. It's tired like most of the hotels on this Northbourne Avenue strip in Canberra. And cleanliness, yeah, it was okay, except for the Beatles.
It's been a hard night on the pit, and I've been thinking like a sin.
Now, they weren't in the toilet, so they weren't dumb Beatles. That's another channel. So for cleanliness upkeep, I can only give it 2 stars. I mean, if you were arachnophobic, insectophobic, you would be freaking out with this experience. And as I said, it's probably not something that they could control from the outside, but something they could control from the inside. So facilities, well, kettle, that's basically it. Nothing else, no cooking facilities, nothing really. So again, 2 stars. Add-ons. Well, the restaurant was, and the cafe and bar, they were really good. Yep, very conveniently located. I couldn't find a laundry, but it did have a gym, it had a pool. Yeah, so for add-ons, I'm going to have to give it 4 stars. If it had a laundry, it would have been 5. Entertainment and Wi-Fi. Yeah, well, a not very smart TV that, and again, pretty old. It's a brand that I've never heard of before. But the Wi-Fi was fast. Again, you didn't actually physically sign in with a password, so anyone can access it at pretty much any time, so not secure. So for entertainment Wi-Fi, yeah, middle of the road, 3 stars. Bed and bath. Okay, the bed was fine. I wasn't a huge fan of the pillow. There's something about it, I'm not quite sure. I've got a neck condition with this autoimmune condition that I have as well, so that might be compounding my experience there. The bathroom, yeah, splitting it into 2 is a bit weird. Stepping into the bath, okay, now, I'm getting old. Not a huge fan of stepping into a bath to have a shower, and again, I didn't like the dispenser bottles. So bed and bath, 3 stars. Service, well, that was a really interesting one, because the rooms were serviced every day and the towels and things were exchanged every day, even though I didn't leave them on the floor. And I don't know whether it was vacuumed every day, or whether the beetle population just increased every day, but I'm guessing it wasn't vacuumed every day. One thing I just sort of noticed only just then, and a bit irrelevant anyway, is you could hang out a no service required thing on your door, and you'd get a $10 food and beverage voucher to eat or drink at the bar. Now, couldn't really take advantage of that anyway, because work's paying for this, so that would just be a discount off work. But that's a really good idea. Really good idea, and a really incentive to save on resources. We save on employment as well, unfortunately, but that's the way of the world. So for service, 4 stars. And the one that you're always waiting for, the better than home bones, well, you're not going to wait for it anymore, because I'm not living in that place in North Queensland anymore. I'm living back in my little shack in far south of Tasmania, which is peacefully quiet. No earplugs any nights. So we might call this the no earplugs bonus. And unfortunately, even though Northbourne Avenue in Canberra generally is fairly quiet, interestingly enough, there was the constant noise from the heating and aircon. There was water noise from the room next door. Noise coming up. The door opens directly out onto the atrium there. So the music noise from the bar would come through, not late at night, of course, but it did interrupt. So no, it was earplugs in, so no bonus. So what's that? That's a total of 18 out of 30 for the Pavilion on Northbourne. I'll probably have to stay here again if I have to visit Canberra again. Or stay in a place similar to this. I'm just wondering why Canberra, with all the people who come to visit due to Parliament and whatever, the hotels have never had any investment to bring them up to standard. I mean, the buildings along this avenue is enormous. There's at least 4 or 5 major construction works within about 300 metres that way, and more that way as well, further down towards City. So there's a boom going on in Canberra, but obviously no boom for restoring hotels. Anyway, so if you enjoyed this one, I don't know how long it'll be until I do another one. It's been over a year since I did the last one. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you like it, click like, comment below, and we'll see you sometime next time in a shit hotel in Australia. Thanks for watching.